Hello guys, it's Shockwave King back here once again. Shout out to the video. There is no point of watching Baki, reading Baki in 2020. You might well just get excited for the next season or the next series, in my opinion, because after 99 chapters of Baki 2018, what have we achieved? What have we done? We have wasted our time with watching Nomi no Shikune in chapter 15 fix his hair. What else? We have wasted our time with the fight with Baki because there was no real fight with Baki, and we've wasted our time with a tournament that did not need to actually happen, did not need to exist. This tournament did not, because that tournament, what did it achieve? It was a one-sided blowout, and it's just a cheap excuse for Itagaki just to crap on sumo, just like he does with boxing and other sports. It's every once in a while the Arthur Itagaki was just he would just need to find a sport just to crap on, and that's what he does. And cause my whole thing is one thing to beat everybody else, cause you know sumo is not really a martial arts sport. When it came to the Reiho and Nomi no Shikune fight, the only fight I was waiting for, and to find out the entire, I enjoyed what happened, but Nomi no Shikune said to Olivia Biscuit, if I was to drop you on solid earth, you would die. Whether he ripped Olivia's rib cage or not. He just implied that he'll get killed. So you expect against Reiho to Yokozuna. Not only did he grab him by his rib cage, break a rib, and slam him, he got back up. And then Nomi no Shikune grabbed him from his shoulder blade and did it again. And I expected at that point that Reiho should have died. And the reason why he should have died is because not only did he just take one slam, he took two. And the ancient sumo, you died. It is what it is. It's not the first time we've seen someone get killed in a tournament, or the first time inside the under the Tokyo Dump Sky, what it's called. So Nomi no Shikune killing him wouldn't really change or do anything. The guy's the guy's worthless anyway. So what difference does it make? Cause with this whole tournament, it's just what was achieved. Doppo Orochi beat his sumo wrestler. Kazuma literally ran at the beginning, and then it's just like, alright, I could kill him, let him walk away. So my whole thing is, what is the point of Baki 2018? There's no point of reading it. There's nothing to achieve. You expect the main draw to be Nomi no Shikune, but we haven't seen Nomi no Shikune's real sumo, well, ancient sumo. What have we seen? Because the whole thing was, we go back to the whole why I thought the shoulder blade would kill Reiho. It's pretty simple. He picked up the other sumo wrestler in public and stopped him from dropping him right on his head on solid concrete, which for any person would kill a man. So when Nomi no Shikune dropped this man face first into that sand like that, after the first time he did it, he should have broke his neck or something. He should have been paralyzed temporarily or something, but nope, he's able to stand up at the end, and congratulations! Congratulations! And it's been 99 chapters of Nomi no Shikune though, and what have we learned about Nomi no Shikune? Nothing. We have seen Nomi no Shikune train more than anything else, and guess what? Baki was going to sumo training. What sumo did he use? None. So what's the point of teasing that he's going to do some sumo if there's no sumo? What's the point? What's the point of hyping up ancient sumo if there's no point? 9 out of 10, we're going to get an appearance of Pickle. Pickle's going to show up from the reason he's going to get beat. Because now the whole new thing is, alright guys, Nomi no Shikune wants to fight. He wants to fight Yujiro. Now what are the chances, do you truly believe that Yujiro is going to lose? Or even struggle against Nomi? What are the chances? When Nomi didn't even really put up a decent performance against Baki. So what are the aspects of, we're going to get something really significant from Nomi versus Yujiro? We won't. The fight's going to be short. You'll be glad if it makes it to 2 chapters. You'll be lucky if it makes it to 2 chapters. Yujiro going to say some type of quote about sumo, this and that, he's going to leave. In the most recent chapter, his testosterone level is 10 times more than everybody else, meaning that everybody else is not a man. By what standards? You're basically walking around as a mutant with demon blood flowing through your veins. What does you expect to happen? It is just like another thing is, how is like, what's the point of having every single president of the United States, no Philippines, no Koreans, no Russians, no Europeans, nobody else? It is purely every single series is always a United States president who gotta do it. Why does not the world do this? Why do you force everybody in the United Nations to do this? instead of pledging allegiance to Yujiro. At this point, I'm sick of it happening. Because the reason why I'm sick of it happening is because nothing gets changed from it. It serves no purpose. Baki should be at least 30 years old. How is Joe Biden president in Baki though? And he just got elected. How did that happen? Trump just showed up in the first Bakudo series. How did that happen? How's Trump here? It hasn't even been 4 years in universe. He's the president just every 4 years and that's it? That's it? There's no point, like, arguably. Like, there was no point of actually reading anything after Son of Ogre. Because the whole Musashi Miyamoto thing, he just killed a bunch of people. A bunch of police officers for no reason. Police officers who are mostly unarmed, just with batons in their hand, he just murders them. There's only like one police officer he was trying to kill. He just kills them. And then when Baki, oh, you expect, okay, we're gonna get a serious fight with Baki. Nope. Similar to Pickle, Baki don't get to fight the real opponent, alright? Because he don't get to fight the real opponent, alright? Similar to Pickle, Pickle gotta learn pride. In this case, as everybody else gets sliced up, Yujiro gets Ritsu Kaio get killed, you expect, Baki get pushed to the limits, that he gets saved by Toagawa's sister, and that wraps up the entire fight. And then we gotta tease the return of Nomino Sukune. He has a son. I know he doesn't have a son. After about, how many generations? He finally had a disciple. Well, he finally had a descendant that was worthy of the name Sukune. And what have we learned about him? Nothing. What does he do? Nothing. What is Ocean Sumo? Nobody knows. We haven't seen what Ocean Sumo is besides from that, chapter 1 and 2? And that was kicking each other, that's it. We haven't seen Nomi throw one kick. We haven't seen Nomi kill anybody who claimed to be a sumo wrestler, since he is a practice, I want to say participant, but he's not participant in the tournament. He is a practitioner, a partitioner of ancient sumo. So people died in ancient sumo. That was a fight to the death. And everybody like Nomino Sukune's fault. Because of nothing. And the reason I was harking so hard the president thing is, we wasted an entire chapter of number 1, I guess it's the Gake Kasuma, a lot of news media. Number 1, Trump saying, Biden did win the election, and the second half, alright Biden, you know what time it is, you gotta say the pledge of allegiance of Yujiro. You know what time it is. You know what time it is. Are we going to get into about Jack? Where's Jack Hama at, man? We haven't seen Jack Hama in decades. Where is he at? Where's Jack? Is Jack going to fight Sukune? I'd be more interested in seeing Jack fight Sukune than Yujiro fight Sukune, because when's the last time Yujiro had a serious fight against anybody? He beat up Baki in the first series. He torturized people at the maximum tournament. What else we got here? He backhanded Yagi inside Baki the Grappler, and that was it. And he only truly fought Baki in a real fight, and that was it. Everybody else is just, he tested his strengths against Pickle. And then later, just Olivia Biscuit getting that Dark Side treatment, just getting his career ruined, getting beaten back to back like a piñata. So, we get one serious fight with Yujiro, and that's pretty much it. And the fight between Yujiro and Musashi Miyamoto gets interrupted by Matobe, and they don't even continue to fight. Great. So what's the point? And also, does Musashi Miyamoto has a transformation? Because it seemed like he does. Because somehow a random smoke bomb came out of nowhere when Hamiyama put to smash his face, and it's like he transformed, but didn't. So he's not a shinobi or a ninja, so who knows what happened there. But overall, some might say why there's no point of reading Baki in 2021 is because over the last past it's been 3 years. For the last past 3 years, we have wasted, Itagaki, in my opinion, has wasted my time. He has introduced nothing. After Son of Ogre, there's pretty much no story. Because the main character, unlike Musashi Miyamoto, is not doing anything. Nothing. You see him train more than actual fighting. We get more talking with other characters than anything else. Kazuma gets Ritsu Kaio armed. Do we get to see the mock punch? Nope. Nope. We don't get to see that punch at all. Alright then. Just have him beat him up and just let him run away. Why didn't he finish the fight with the soccer kid? Nah, it wasn't as good. He didn't want to kill him. He just literally walks away and that was it. And since he walked away, the sumo won't get a point. Like, we literally made an entire tournament arc just to watch sumo wrestlers get beat up. And that was it. Not to say, did Reiho get an incomplete backstory? Because it showed him, like, getting introduced to sumo, and then that was the end of it. Then it's just... Alright then, is that Itagaki wasting entire chapters on something that's not even relevant to a fight? An entire chapter. Or explaining something that doesn't need to explain. He literally explained the cockroach dash twice. There was no point of that. What else? Having entire chapters where it's just the announcer announcing the two fighters. It was like, why? An entire chapter of Nomino Sukune fixing up his scalp. What was the point of that? I don't care how Nomino Sukune fixed his scalp. It is his scalp. It's not my problem. I'm not a stylist. Jeez, what was the point? This is for the last past 3 years with Baki Do. Like, there's... Like, what type of entertainment we get just seeing Olivia get humiliated again? That's it. Because it wasn't going to be Olivia, it's going to be Rex Tsukayo. It is what it is. At least Rex Tsukayo had a reason to get beat up first. You know, he was just that prideful. He was just acting for a beating. But for Olivia, nope. Ever since after Baki fight him, any type of hype or strength towards him, or any type of, you know, maybe Olivia and him might be around the same level. Nope. Gets humiliated, gets beaten up. Number one, I find it funny how it goes off the most common stereotype: a buff prison man with a receding hairline, with an excellent physique, with a fat white woman. My goodness. I cannot wait to see the memes. The memes would be hilarious. He's buff, ripped, and straight out of jail, and he could be your boyfriend today. My goodness, that stereotype, I still find that funny. That's the funniest stereotype in all of Baki. That's hilarious. Olivia Biscuit is absolutely a hilarious stereotype. But overall, what have we achieved, boys and girls? Watching Conor McGregor get beat up. Let me get this straight. Sumo better than MMA, but of course, if it's grappling, all right. If it's one of Itagaki's Royal Lucky Five, then you know what's gonna happen. You know how things must go down. Alright. If the name has Baki, he will not lose. Arguably, Baki has only lost to two different characters, Pickle and Yujiro. That was it. And the Pickle one's not even legit because Pickle wasn't even fighting to get a meal. He was just fighting because we had to teach him pride. You know we can't have Baki risk a limb. We know we can't have Baki risk a limb. He's too good for that. No, he is too good for that. So what's the point of watching something that you don't get anything from? Or reading something that you don't get anything from? It would have been more exciting if the Death Row prisoners showed up to get their revenge. Cause like, what was the point of the whole Tokyo Revenge series? If it seemed like we were never going to see Dorian, Hector Doyo, Sikorsky, Yanagi. I missed one, right? Sikorsky, Dorian, Yanagi. Oh yeah, Specs. Specs was the last one. Specs. If we're not going to see them characters again, what's the point of introducing them? Well, are they going to fight Nomino Sukune? It would have been more interesting if they would have interrupted the fight. At least the arc would have gone. So what is the point of bringing back Baki in 2018? What was the point? What are we getting out of this? We're not getting nothing. This is just a waste of time. There was no point of reading Baki in 2021. There's no point. If you want to read some old stuff, then that's happy to you. Like, after the Netflix series, you don't got too much else after that, to be honest. And that's if people actually like Son of Ogre. That's if. Because, oh boy. Don't Itagaki get a surprise for you. And that's all I say about that. Maybe for you it might be a more interesting thing. Maybe. But all I can say is, liking Baki is an interesting thing. That's all I say. It's a very interesting thing. It really is. And I can't really explain it. But overall, there's no reason to be reading Baki Do 2018. It is a waste of time. It's been 99 chapters and we still haven't achieved anything. It's been 99 chapters and we still don't know nothing. It's been 99 chapters and we haven't even seen Nomino Sukune fight legitimately. Then what's the point? Because you already know that he's not going to push Yujiro to any limits. He's not. Oh, but he was able to throw Baki and didn't. Don't give me that excuse. He didn't even put up a decent fight with Baki. That was just sparring. And then he got taken off guard by Shibukawa. and he just dropped he just dropped Yokozuna and Reiho on top of his scalp. We don't even know how strong this man actually was. And this was the only fight out of the tournament I was excited for. And for Baki, but we saw what happened with Baki. We know what happened with Baki. A waste of time is what happened to Baki. It's Gake is what happened to Baki. That's what happened to him. I knew I knew there was something wrong with this whole gimmick. Was he's bigger than what he really is. That's the best gimmick you can come up with. You go through the time of researching these sumo wrestlers just to watch them get beat. No wonder why he was wasting all that time with the MMA fighters. Even before them, they looked good before they got humiliated and beaten. Or what's the point for you to shit on sumo again? When you were able to do this in the Maximum tournament, why do it again? You could have just showed that Ancient Sumo was superior. Or there were some benefits to Ancient Sumo. But what is Ancient Sumo and Baki? No one knows. We haven't seen it. We have the Nomi no Sukune original doing it for a few panels, but that wasn't a real fight. That was more of like showing off what he's done type of fight. More of a, this is what he can do. That was just a showcase fight. So, what's the point of bringing back Ancient Sumo if Ancient Sumo is not going to have any relevance? And more than likely, it's going to be an arc after this, and there's no point. There's no point. If you guys can enjoy this mediocrity, I don't care how good the art is. It's a waste of time. It's been 99 chapters. We just had an entire tournament that lasted for what, like 9 to 10 months, and what did we get? It's probably shorter than that. That lasted for a while, and what did we get out of it? What did we get out of this tournament? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So it's like, well, what's the point? Then, like, it's a guy with these chapters, man. At this point, he's just. If he put up a chapter, he put up a chapter. If he doesn't, he doesn't. And it's just, it is what it is. So maybe you guys can enjoy Baki though. I just can't. I just can't do it no more, man. I just can't. So it's a waste of time. That's all it is. It's one big waste of time. I never had my time more wasted. I feel robbed without paying money. Because it's like, what was the point of this entire thing? Like, what is Nomi no Sukune here to prove? What is this perfect? I'm not going to act like Baki has some type of spontaneous or some type of long-term tournament or some type of long-time impeccable story. It didn't. It never did. It never had. It's just always been the hype up that he eventually going to fight Yujiro, and that's it. Why do you think the Ragtag tournament, when going against the Chinese, the only Chinese one who won was the fan favorite Retsu Kaio, and everybody else got beat like a dog. And like one of them just gets folded up like a lawn chair by Olivia. Literally, he gets folded like a lawn chair. So what was the point? Like seriously, what was the point of the Ragtag tournament aside from watching Itagaki see some Japanese and Americans? That's the thing. That's the thing. Itagaki likes Americans. As long as they're going against similar opposition. As soon as it becomes a Japanese-American debacle, you know who was going to go down. Somebody says, what about Jack? He's Canadian, he's half Japanese, and why do you think recently he just got whooped by Matobi? Which I accept that fight. I accept the reason that with Matobi with weapons can even the playing field with anybody. Unlike most people who turn that into a meme. But it was already, also, and I couldn't forget how it was already brought up before, how he was good at weapons and things like that. But when is Jack gonna ever fight Yujiro? When is that gonna happen? Would it matter if Baki beat him to it, since he really didn't beat Yujiro, and Yujiro just admitted that he wasn't the only strongest person in the world? And Baki still lost the fight after he broke his face, knocked Baki's teeth out, broke his ribs and everything. Like, is Jack gonna do better? Because in my opinion, Jack is stronger than Baki. Baki only won a Maximum tournament because he choked him out, and that was it. No, it wasn't because he choked him out. If Jack Hummer would have got distracted by Baki's demon back, he would have won the fight. Easily would have won the fight, so. Not cool the fact Jack put up the best fight against Pickle, or Baki was just pulling out the usual Baki nonsense. Usual. And then, alright guys, we're going to have a slug out fight with Pickle. Why? I thought you wanted to beat Pickle up. Why are you going to have a slug out fight with Pickle? Wasn't you already winning? What happened to the whole countering his punches? And it's just, the Baki before this had flaws. Alright? Now we're going to sit here and say Baki was perfect. But it was entertaining. Alright? and the good outweighed the bad. But in Baki Do 2018, what do we watch? Because at least did with the original Baki Do, at least Musashi Miyamoto was an interesting spectacle until he fought Pickle, and that fight wasn't concluded because, you know, because of reasons. Because of reasons. And then it set up so perfectly that nobody else get cut by Musashi Miyamoto. No one else actually gets cut by Musashi Miyamoto, besides for some police officers, Pickle, and Retsukaya. What nonsense is that? Well, what, is he just allergic to splitting Japanese people in that? Actually, Motobi was. Motobi got his legs split up and things like that. And he gets stabbed, but that was pretty much it. And Musashi pretty much admitted later he wasn't taking that fight seriously. So, does he have an allergic reaction to cutting Japanese people or something? It just, we all know that Itagaki has his own personal bias. Alright. If you think he doesn't, then alright, you can believe whatever you want. But in this case, it's just, jeez, I was expecting better than this, but I was expecting something of substance, and what I was giving was, the usual. 99 chapters of nothing. I'll give him that. At least Musashi Miyamoto was entertaining. With him and his imagination so ultra entertaining. Alright. I'll give him that. Made no type of sense. And it easily could have been used for something else. But at least you can argue with 17, but Nomi no Sukune has been boring. I want to like Nomi no Sukune. He actually has a decent character, but he doesn't do anything. And he doesn't do anything, and he hasn't done anything. So it comes down to what's the point of reading it anymore if nothing's going to happen? Even the most recent chapter, an entire chapter, them just talking about Yujiro. That's it. Like, you would assume Nomi said, like, I heard rumors that you know are ogres. So what if he already know who Yujiro is? So why do we need an entire chapter discussing who Yujiro is, when basically it's implied that he already know who he is? I'm pretty sure he's seen the Baki father and son fight. So, it is what it is. Hope you guys liked the video. Like, comment, subscribe. I don't know you guys' opinions. Will you continue to read Baki Do into the future? Because if I would do it, it would just be to make a video to it. But for me, it's just, what's the point? I like to know guys' thoughts and opinions, because I predicted this was going to happen. I predicted and questioned, is the sumo tournament a waste of time? And I was right. And I was right. Shot him, red dot him right through his dome. I was right. If you've been Shadow King, like, comment, subscribe, and let you guys the personal opinions. Peace.